This is the amazing tale of a princess who saved humanity by ending World War I. But to do it, she had to leave her family and her kingdom behind, forever. Our story begins with Diana, a French woman living in Paris. One day, a man approaches her and hands her a special briefcase. It's from Bruce, also known as Batman, who's dedicated to protecting people. Diana opens the briefcase to find a photo inside. It shows her with 4 other people, and there's a note that says, "I found the original. Maybe one day you'll tell me your story." As Diana reads the note, her mind drifts back to her past, and the story flashes back in time. We go back to when Diana was a little girl, living on a secret island with her mother. Her mother was the queen of this island, called Themyscira. It was a hidden place that ordinary people couldn't see, completely cut off from the rest of the world. The special thing about Themyscira was that only women lived there. There were no men, and these women were incredible warriors. They trained constantly, always practicing their fighting skills. Even as a child, Diana would try to move like them, watching their every step. Diana's mother, the queen, loved her very much and didn't want Diana to learn any fighting skills. This is because Diana wasn't born in the usual way. Her mother had actually formed her from clay, and then prayed to Zeus, the king of the gods. Zeus breathed life into the clay figure, and that's how Diana came into the world. At night, her mother would tell Diana stories. She'd explain that Zeus, the god of humans, loved them deeply and created them. For a time, humans lived happily, but then Ares, Zeus's son and the god of war, grew jealous of humans. Because of his actions, humans started to envy each other and fight. Zeus created the Amazonian women, like Diana's mother, to put love back into human hearts. And it worked for a while. But then, the same problems came back to Earth. "We lived as Amazons, and I was the Amazon queen," Diana's mother explained, "and I fought against Zeus's son. Zeus even sent other gods to help them, but Ares defeated all of them. Zeus was left alone and fought Ares with all his might. Ares was forced to leave, but Zeus knew his son would return to destroy humanity again. So Zeus gave them a special sword that could defeat any god. Then, with his last breath, he created Themyscira, the hidden island, so Ares could never find them. This is how they remained hidden from the whole world. This was the island where Diana lived with her mother, safe from Ares. Diana, fascinated, asked to see the powerful sword Zeus had given them. She wondered, "Who will use this sword?" Her mother replied, "Only someone truly powerful can lift it." But then she added, "You don't need to worry about it, because you won't be taught how to fight." What the queen didn't know was that Diana was secretly learning fighting skills from her aunt, the queen's sister. As Diana grew older, her mother one day caught her training. She sent Diana away and confronted her sister. "Why are you teaching her to fight?" she demanded. Her sister wisely responded, "We know Ares will return one day. If Diana doesn't learn to fight, it will be dangerous for her." The queen worried that Ares would find Diana once he became powerful enough. But her sister insisted, whether Diana wanted to or not, she would have to face Ares someday. Seeing the wisdom in this, Diana's mother finally told her sister to train Diana well. With time, Diana became a magnificent warrior. She had more power than she or anyone else knew, a secret she hadn't been told. One day, Diana stood by the sea and watched a plane crash into the water. It was sinking, and a man was inside. Diana bravely saved the man and brought him to the island. She was amazed because she had never seen a man before in her life. The man's name was Steve. Soon, more boats and a ship appeared on the sea. They were chasing Steve. They were Germans, and they couldn't see anything ahead. Suddenly, a German officer spotted a piece of the plane. When he tried to grab it, he saw the hidden island, a place that had been secret from the world until now. The German officer also saw Steve. They charged toward Steve to capture him. Steve quickly told Diana that these were bad people. The women warriors of the island also arrived. The German officers had guns, but the women warriors had swords and arrows. They clashed. The German officers couldn't hold their ground for long. Just as a German officer was about to shoot Diana, her aunt, the one who taught her to fight, stepped in front of her. She was shot and died. Diana felt heartbroken and cried bitterly. All the German officers were now defeated. Steve was still alive, and the Amazons were about to capture him. Diana stepped forward and explained that he had been fighting with them. They asked Steve why he was there and what his mission was. Steve explained that he was a spy, watching the Germans in their camp. He had found out that the Germans were creating a deadly gas that could wipe out everyone. He had stolen their diary and escaped. A general had ordered this poisonous gas to be made, and soon the two countries would fight. This was all happening outside the island, as World War I was brewing, completely unknown to the islanders. Steve said, "If I can get this diary to my headquarters, maybe this war will stop, and millions of lives will be saved." Diana heard this and felt that Ares must be behind it. He wanted to destroy humanity again. Diana knew she had to save humanity. If she left the island, she could never return. But Diana made her decision. She would save humanity. She put on her warrior suit and took the special sword given by Zeus. As Diana was leaving, her mother arrived and said, "If you leave this island, you can never come back. The human world cannot handle you." Steve and Diana left the island. Steve took the stolen diary to his senior officers. The officers looked at the diary, but found it was written in old languages no one understood. Diana told them it was written in 2 ancient languages. Diana, who knew and spoke thousands of languages, read the diary to them. She explained that Germany was creating a poisonous gas and planned to release it on the front lines. The senior officers were trying to negotiate a deal with Germany. Steve pleaded, "Give me a chance. I'll destroy the headquarters where they're making it." But the senior officers didn't agree. Diana became furious. She knew that if Germany released the gas, millions would die. She valued every human life. Steve took Diana away, trying to explain that they were trying to talk, but Diana insisted, "It's Ares. He won't listen to anyone." Diana was convinced that Ares was leading this conflict, determined to wipe out humanity at any cost. Meanwhile, in Germany, Dr. Maru was shown creating these deadly gases. The doctor was having trouble because the diary was missing. The general arrived and asked her when she would finish her work. Dr. Maru explained she had created a new gas that would make anyone who used it powerful. She broke a capsule, and as the smoke went into the general's nose, he gained incredible strength. He became very powerful. It was also revealed that Dr. Maru had found a new formula. She was creating a new gas with this formula, one that could destroy millions of people at once. Steve prepared to take Diana to the battlefield. Before leaving, they formed a team to work together. Arriving at the location, Diana felt terrible seeing the people there. They reached the Belgian front, and bombs started falling. People were dying, running everywhere, in terrible condition. A woman stopped and spoke to Diana, saying that everything had been taken from them. Most of the people in their village were enslaved. Diana asked the woman, "Where is this happening?" The woman pointed, indicating that the Germans had taken over that place. Diana wanted to go there and asked Steve, "I want to help the people here." Steve tried to stop her, but Diana didn't listen. She quickly put on her warrior costume. She went to the place where German soldiers were firing. Diana used the armor on her arms to block the bullets. She fought the bullets there. Her vision was sharp, and the Germans were firing bullets at Diana, but Diana's shield stopped all of them. Seeing this, Steve and his companions arrived there. They started firing at the German soldiers. Diana reached the place where German soldiers had enslaved the villagers. Diana beat the German soldiers badly. The officers in Germany were firing a lot. Diana finished off the German officers, and the villagers were now saved. This happened because of Diana, Steve, and their companions. The villagers thanked Diana. A man took a picture of them, Diana, Steve, and their 3 friends. This was the same picture Batman had sent Diana. As Diana looked at the picture, the whole story came back to her. Steve realized there would be a big party of German officers, and he wanted to go there too. Diana and Steve practiced dancing. Somehow, the next day, they reached the German officers' party, where security was tight. They wanted to get inside no matter what. The German general would also be there, and Diana believed he was Ares. Steve entered as a German officer and met the doctor who created the poisonous gas. He tried to get information from her, but it was useless. He then saw Diana had also arrived at the party. She had hidden her sword, the one that could destroy any god, in her clothes. Just as she was about to pull out her sword to finish off the general, Steve stopped her. Diana insisted, "I will finish Ares, and after his death, everything will be fine." Steve replied, "What if he's not Ares?" Later, they showed the poisonous gas being spread in a village. Diana went to the village and found that thousands of people had died because of this gas. Diana became desperate. Steve arrived, and she said, "I was going to finish Ares, but you stopped me. I understand everything now. Ares has made you angry too, not just the Germans." She declared, "I will go there and finish the general." Steve showed her smoke from a distance, and Diana rode her horse toward that place. She arrived and defeated all the German soldiers. She reached the general's cabin, and he tried to shoot Diana. Diana blocked the bullet with her shield. The general then inhaled the smoke through his nose. Dr. Maru had made it, and the smoke made them powerful. A fight broke out between Diana and the general, and she finished him with her sword. Before finishing him, she said, "I am ending you for the good of humanity." Afterward, she finished him off. She thought that after his death, everything would be fine, but nothing of the sort happened. The Germans were still preparing for war. Diana was surprised because she believed that after the death of the King of War, the conflict would end. Meanwhile, Steve arrived, and Diana told him, "I have finished Steve. However, people are still preparing for war." Steve said, "I don't know anything about Ares." Diana replied, "I saw children dying, and no one was paying attention to them. This only happens when Ares controls people's minds." Steve suggested, "Maybe people are just like that and want to fight." Diana then said, "My mother was right. Humans are not capable of helping us." Steve pleaded, "I need your help. If you don't help me, many people will die just like this." Steve left, and Diana heard some voices. As she turned, Steve's senior officer was there. He was a British officer, not German. He was in the German camp and said, "Your mother was right. Humans are not capable of helping us. We should destroy humans. They are greedy people." Diana suddenly understood. "He was Ares," Diana said. "It's you." And with her sword, she moved forward. Diana attacked Ares with the sword. As the sword hit Ares' hand, it shattered. Diana was shocked because she thought she could defeat Ares with this sword. Ares declared, "Humans have taken the earth from us. They are destroying it. And when my father attacked me, I became weak. I have waited for thousands of years, and humans are making poisonous gases because I put those formulas into their minds. I tried before, but I failed. Now, no one can stop me from succeeding." He then pulled Diana into a vision, showing her how humans were destroying their own Earth. He told her to stay with him, and together they would destroy the people on Earth. "Later, we will have this Earth," he said. He then revealed to Diana that the sword was not what could defeat gods. She was the weapon Zeus had created. Zeus had made Diana to save humans and fight against Ares. Diana refused him, saying, "I cannot be part of your way of thinking." A fierce battle began between Diana and Ares. Steve and his companions learned that the Germans were going to drop poisonous gas on London. The city would be destroyed. They had loaded the bombs into a plane. Steve wanted to destroy this plane in the air so that the poisonous gases would not reach the earth. Meanwhile, Diana and Ares were shown, locked in a massive battle. Then, a huge explosion occurred, and Diana fell to one side. Steve arrived and said, "I have to go." Diana replied, "Don't worry, I'll handle everything." Steve, filled with love, said, "Let me save the people, because I love you very much." Steve climbed onto the plane that held the gas bombs. Ares wanted Diana's support, but Diana wouldn't give it. Ares attacked her, knocking her to the ground. But Diana looked up at the plane in the sky and saw Steve sacrifice himself. He blew up the plane with the bombs, dying to save everyone. Diana couldn't bear it and screamed loudly. On the other side, Diana was freed from Ares' powers. Steve's companions blew up the headquarters where the gases were being made. The doctor came out and stood before Diana. Ares told Diana to finish her, saying, "This is the true face of humans. They want to destroy each other." Diana lifted a tank to crush the doctor, but then she saw a glimpse of Steve. He had told her, "Always choose the path of love when you leave." Diana dropped the doctor and attacked Ares. Ares used his powers and struck Diana with lightning, but she absorbed the electricity into her hands. Ares attacked again, and Diana absorbed the electricity into her body. She then flew into the air and unleashed the lightning back at Ares. This was the end of Ares. The soldiers on the battlefield stopped fighting. They hugged each other. And so, the war ended, and the soldiers involved returned home. They met their families, and happiness spread everywhere. The story returns to the present, where this amazing woman, Diana, was deep in thought. She says, "I have always tried to save humans. In this experience, I saw two things, darkness and light. Both are very human from within. We have to decide whether to go toward darkness or toward light. I know that the world can be saved by love." Later, she sends a letter to Batman, thanking him for giving her the photo that brought back her memories. In the final scene, Diana is shown back in her Wonder Woman costume, ready to save the world once more. And with that, the film ends.